Hey, welcome to Man and Dad. I'm your host, Tally. Today our guest is Trev and our guest, Yusuf. So Yusuf just brought up a good point while we were off air, if I could say that.
You can't say that. Hey, we official. Off air.
Yusuf just brought up a good point as far as a good topic, I should say. I just was given a story about how I have a friend who has a child on the way, and he just, he's starting to realize certain things about the mother of his child that kind of bother him or whatnot. And, at some point it may play a big factor as far as creating that family structure between him and the mother of his kid. So then upon saying that, our guest Yusuf just said that's why it's good not to have sex until after marriage. So yeah, today's topic is no sex before marriage.
Pro sex before marriage.
Or pro sex before marriage, you're right. So Yusuf, what made you feel like no sex before marriage is the way to go?
Well, it's just, I think that especially if the sex is going well, I think it's gonna blind, especially the guy. It's gonna blind him from, especially if he's enjoying, it's gonna blind him from seeing some things that might be, because, we all think about sex and stuff all day, every day, but if it's going well, then there might be some things that she's doing that you're not enjoying or something, but then you're gonna be like, oh, you know what?
But the sex is good, so I'll back
and
that
then after some time, when you have kids and stuff, obviously, it's just sex is, less and less, and get busy with the kids and all. And then those small things, they just blow up, basically, and then you start seeing them more.
But what if you realize after you get married that you don't like the way that she gives sex?
What do you mean? Like, at first you enjoyed it and now you don't enjoy it?
No, this is before you got married and you didn't have no sex. And now when you finally do get married and y'all having sex, after that first couple...
But what do you describe having bad sex? What do you describe it? Is it more things like technical stuff? Like she moves the way I don't like her
She's
to
lazy.
move?
She might be lazy.
Lazy is a character trait. Lazy, you'll see her, you will see it in her, not just while doing sex. You'll see it in her as a person every day, all day. So you pick up on that laziness.
But maybe she's a hard worker, right? Maybe she's very career driven and she goes hard, she cleans, and then y'all get to the smashing or the sexuals, whatever y'all want to call it, and she's just laying there. And well, like, hey, do something.
Yeah, but there might be other things that trigger their laziness while doing sex, Like maybe you're doing something that turns her off, but she doesn't want to say it. There's a lot of stuff that we can communicate about and then figure it out.
So you want to figure that out?
Yeah.
So what?
You gotta be a great coach.
Exactly.
And I like that perspective, right? Because, sex is important, right? So if y'all done took the steps, a very mature step, and not having sex before marriage, it's definitely something y'all gotta build a chemistry for once you do get married, right? And decide to have sex.
Yeah.
But if she's open to coaching, that's the most important thing.
Exactly.
If she's turned off to the coaching, then it's like,
and then you can.
No.
But how you gonna know that before you got married?
Because you know her as a person. You know her. Like you took the time instead of just having sex.
Oh, so
you
for
took
example,
the time to build something.
Let me teach you how to cook this dish, and she don't want to learn how to cook the dish.
That rhymes with "Let me teach you how to suck this." Hey, we don't need to say those.
Nah, but it can be.
You gotta be a good coach. You gotta be like Bill Belichick or Popovich or some shit like that. And she gotta be like a Tom Brady. Pause. You know what I mean? She gotta be willing to become the greatest of all time, the GOAT.
But you don't need the greatest person.
She gotta be
top
five
in your bed.
Well, I'm not. All right, so this day and age, it's gonna be a challenge to find somebody that's gonna be willing to stick through thick and thin to become man and wife without having sexual intercourse. And I don't know. Does that mean they didn't do they did everything except for penetration until marriage? Or are they doing oral sex? That's a whole nother question. Like,
yeah.
And it's going to take special people to get together and do that. But she has to be open. So hopefully, if y'all stayed sexually inactive the whole time, right? Y'all are just being sapiosexual, working on each other's brains, right? Oh, I love the way this person does this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, I had conversations about when it's time to get physical, are you open to these things, right? Because some people got things they need.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe somebody needs you to wear an it mask while you're having sex. I don't know what gives people weird shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
did I make it weird?
Yeah, you really did.
That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother show.
Would like to wear an it mask while having sex?
Some freaky chicks out here.
Well, that's not a chick I would want to talk to.
Mask. I want you to stab me. I'm sorry. I'm making this real. You see where my mind is.
Oh my God. All right. So what if it's something that, because as far as being lazy or just you can improve in sex.
Yeah.
That. What if it's something that's actually like physical? Like, what if for a girl, what if the guy go nuts too fast? And for a guy, what if the girl is she just dry no matter what you do?
Damn. Well,
but you won't know. Now you don't know because you done married her.
Man. Well, maybe y'all did some dry humping, right?
Well, I mean, what do you mean?
Like, know what's going on?
Nuts too fast.
I feel like he could train himself up. Like, if you get with a woman, y'all have unprotected sex, you're going to have to train to be able to deal with that vagina without nutting in 3 seconds. Right? You got to train.
It's more here than here. If you're not too fast or whatever, it's more here than here. So it's not something that you know what I mean?
Just so you know, he's pointing at his head when he said the first here, and then he's pointing at the other area when he's saying the other ear.
The other head.
The other head.
I mean, this is
okay. So for a guy, you're saying that it's the mental aspect. He can get over that.
Yeah.
There's
other things that guys don't do. What if he ain't got no rhythm? He just
y'all gotta at least go dance at a Jamaican club. Go to a Caribbean club. Y'all can see how sexual. Okay, she grinding. She got the grind game. Y'all done at least cuddled.
Man, there's too many songs out there saying I bet she can't do it with it so that don't mean nothing.
I mean, that's true. A lot of females can't. That's a whole other thing. Twerking without working.
What?
He's coming up with titles.
Twerking
on the dance floor, but not working in the bedroom. You know what I mean? She done did all the back that ass up dancing. She was the first one dancing. Then y'all get in the bedroom and she just laying there. She's just like
she don't know how to back shit up.
But I mean, it takes special people to not have sex before marriage because marriage is like purchasing the vehicle, right, with the intent on keeping it, right? So you're not test driving. So, 40-Year-Old Virgin might be the perfect example, right? They didn't have sex before marriage.
Who?
You didn't see 40-Year-Old Virgin with Steve Carell? Oh, man, you need to see that movie.
Oh, man, that movie's hilarious,
it's amazing.
Bro. You got to see that.
I think I don't think I've seen
But they actually touched on several topics because the chick had she had 2 kids. She had 3 kids. And he was a virgin.
At 40.
So he never had sex. She had 3 children. So I'm sure she had tons of sex. That's me assuming, using the law of averages. 3 children, unless she just had sex 3 times in life and got pregnant 3 times. That'd be wild.
Damn.
Now we're just all over the place. I mean, me personally though, I need that connection before I decide I'm gonna marry you.
So okay.
Maybe that's my own,
Yeah, me personally, I just can't. I'm not just gonna dive into something not knowing, not testing it.
Literally and figuratively. You feel me?
So okay, again, if you're
waiting.
What
do you mean testing it?
What do I mean? Testing it? Exactly.
Yeah, you talking about a woman like you're buying a car?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Man, it's an analogy,
It's a car
bro.
with emotions. It's a car with emotions.
Exactly.
You can't do that.
Like, conscious.
But, okay, so now, again, like I said, what if it's something physical? Not necessarily something that can't be...
Like
it can't be
physical?
coached.
Okay, like...
What if... Like I said, what if she just a dry person?
Dry humor, dry vagina, everything. No seasoning on the chicken.
But you done married it. So what you gonna do now? You gonna suffer the rest of your 40 years of marriage?
Like, what do you mean? She's dry?
Yeah.
Like, it's like the
so there's no there are a lot of stuff that you can purchase that makes stuff.
She needs to eat alkaline. That's the number one goal.
Yeah. Just so y'all know that alkaline diet to help fix that up.
Lots of leafy green vegetables. That's a whole nother show.
Exactly.
Nutrition for the
what else?
Sexuals.
But all right,
let's just jump straight into it. What if the dude has a little wee wee? Right?
Damn. Or that. Exactly.
And what if the chick has like some wild odor that's crazy?
Or that.
It's a lot of factors.
But you done married it now. She done married you with your small stuff, and you done married her with.
But that's why y'all cuddle though.
So you're telling me that you would give up a relationship that you've built with this person for so long, and she stick with you through everything, and you stick with her through everything. You have this like huge
connection,
and then comes a marriage, and then he has a small penis, and then she's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, sorry, I don't want you. Let's divorce tomorrow." It's like never gonna happen, man. You have something.
They're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, you have like this connection that you can't like that. You just don't see it as something.
You talk
big.
about the mind-body connection. Mind first, then the body comes.
Yeah,
you gotta figure out how to make it connect. That's cool.
That's. I just think that's the way to do it, because, I mean, physical and stuff, everything is gonna fade. Mm-hmm. Like when they're 50, when they're 60. I mean, they probably have 60, 65. You have like sex once in I don't know.
Oh shit! Well,
that's why you gotta have a lot of veggies, because we're supposed to be once a day still 65.
Exactly, a lot of veggies, guys.
You hear that, future wife? Lots of vegetables and water for us.
Yeah,
we're gonna be 70, still getting in. Shout out to Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi had a child when he was like 70. I'm not advocating, like, it's whatever you want to do in life. But I think, well, it's a whole nother show how the diet can make you die early, physically, with things like sexual relations, your mental strength. But that's a whole other topic.
Yeah. So, all right. For me, I've never been the type to just have to rush and get into it.
Uh-huh.
So, I feel like you can build that mind, body, soul thing. You can build that within a good time frame. Like you don't have to rush for sex. But let's just say I was at that point where I used to believe in marriage, and I say we're gonna wait 5 years to get married. So how long do you think it's gonna take for you to initially get to know that person, mind and soul?
But exactly, that's another point. I don't think it takes a lot of time to figure out that you are the right person for this woman, and she is. We just make it like way more complicated than it should be.
I agree.
It doesn't take like years and years and years. You know, you hang out with this person, you have like the main things that are important to you, the values and all. She has those. She's not playing around. You're not playing around.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Again, yeah, that was just earlier this show.
You came out the gate saying, I must wait 5 years to marry. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it made plenty of sense to me.
First of all, like you're taking a man-made concept of time, right? Something that some other weird Roman guy created. Like, let's make time, first of all. That's a whole other thing. And then
even if there wasn't time.
But then you're going to apply it to love.
I'm going to wait 5 seasons. Not 5 seasons, goddamn. 5 winners.
But after 2 winters, if you've already realized this is the woman for you, why not go ahead and take that step?
No.
Yeah. You don't know until you meet that special person.
Listen to my original example when I said he knew this person for over 10 years.
Okay.
He knew this woman for over 10 years. And now that she's pregnant with, his seed, he's starting to see little things that may become.
But they're not getting married. There's difference here, right? This person may have known this person for 10
years. They're building
a
family, though.
They're building a family, but
marriage is possible.
They haven't taken
marriage is possible.
See, there's like steps to this, right? Personally, right? You start building the family once you say, "Hey, I want you to be my wife." Now you have a rock solid foundation. What happens is a lot of people have children before they get married. Yeah. Whether or not you believe marriage is like you don't have to do it in a courthouse XYZ. You don't have a true foundation yet. Y'all done had the children. Now you're backtracking to say, all right, are we solid? Now let's have these children.
Yeah.
So if y'all get married before the children, it's like, all right, we want to be together.
Yeah.
Not, we had this child. Now let's get married to be.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
It's kind of like you jumping steps, and it's popular these days.
So, in essentially, what you're saying in that thought is that if he do get married, or he's only marrying her because they had a child.
I don't know all the details, but there's several ways to look at it. Because we have several friends who have children that are coming into the world, right?
Bro,
and there hasn't been marriage established. So if the mom and dad aren't established as a unit first,
I know in a few of those examples, they feel like they're gonna be with that person forever.
Feeling and going ahead and making the step to be locked in is very different. It's very different.
Yeah.
That's why people have shotgun weddings, right? Because they're like, oh shit, we done got pregnant. Let's go get married to show everybody we're serious about each other. Or maybe we're showing each other that we're serious. To have this wedding before this child comes in or these children come into the world. I'm not judging anybody, right? But I've heard a lot of my older aunts and uncles and friends of family, like moms and dads, who I look to as like, elders, right? I respect my elders, listen to their advice. Not all of them got married before they have children. A lot of them didn't get married with having children. But a lot of them...
Are they together?
No, a lot of them aren't even together with their spouse. It's like it all varies. But a lot of them talk about my grandma. She'd be like, oh, why didn't y'all get married before the children? Mind you, my grandma had like 9 children with one man. You know what I'm saying? And then they eventually got divorced and he went and started another family. But they started off with the marriage. You feel me? So
if that's the case, then the foundation still ain't solid, regardless if you're married or not. Because divorce is still an option.
Divorce is an option, right? But hopefully I'll go into a marriage with knowing that
oh my God, thank you for bringing that up. Thank you, because that just... I was just thinking maybe I might be wrong, but now I feel like I'm back to where I believe now. Because goddamn it, even if you get married, divorces are still at 50%. So that foundation, just because y'all get married, don't mean the foundation is solid.
You can't base your marriage off of other statistics about people you don't even know.
Bruh, that's why 50% regardless. Like, you're gonna be a part of that statistic, even if you base it or not.
Yeah, that's where I need to go into with a whole different mindset.
Not necessarily.
Like, look, divorce is not an option. That's how y'all go into
it. I'm pretty sure a lot of those people that got married that said that same shit.
But the important thing, I think, this is about my perspective, they went into it saying, hey, we love each other. We're going to set this foundation. We're setting this foundation. Because I believe if you have the child without the foundation set, you could open yourself up to vulnerabilities. Not saying it doesn't work. But now if our friend here is starting to see things about this woman, now that he knows he's going to have to deal with her, he has to deal with her for the entirety of this child's life, right? Now he's looking at things from a perspective of,
so what if he married her before? What if he ended up marrying her?
Then he would have been thinking about those things beforehand. You don't propose to a woman without thinking about all the character faults she has in place, and if you could deal with her. But now,
are you serious?
Absolutely. Yeah. You go into marriage. I know she's the one.
Listen, you just said the sex. You're saying no sex before marriage. Mm-hmm. That's what you're saying. Mm-hmm. So that way you're able to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
But you're saying you're going to do the sex before marriage.
Right. So and then you're still looking for character flaws all throughout the relationship, right? You're looking for character flaws. You're looking for character strengths.
But sex doesn't necessarily mean that you're emotionally caught up in this person either.
It could be if it's unprotected.
No, bro.
Somebody's going to be caught up.
You can be dating. You can be with someone for a while. Be like, yo, I really care about this person with no sex, and that's who you want to be with.
No, that's cool. And then, and you're thinking about all things about this person. But what I'm saying is, if this person now knows they have to be with this woman because she's pregnant, now they're thinking about the character flaws. Now they're looking like, damn, I don't know if I like this.
Yeah.
You'd be thinking about that when you're thinking about marrying the person. Oh man, I don't know if I like this about this person. Should I propose or should I not propose? But now, the proposal, that's off the table. Y'all gonna be together. At what capacity though? You feel what I'm saying? It's like, maybe this person wasn't thinking, this person doesn't like the color blue. I don't know, man. it's hard for me to really verbalize all this. But what I'm saying is, now that they know they're with this person locked in, they're starting to think as if, you know, they're going to be with them forever. Well, that's the mindset you have when you're thinking about marrying a person. Can I deal with this person forever? Okay, I'll marry them.
Yeah, and it's also like a lot of times it's just small things. Like we're seeing here, small things. So, I mean, if you are saying that there's this small thing about her that bothers me, so that means that it's a small thing. You know what I mean? Like, why are you getting caught up on that small thing? If you really love that person, you gotta get past those small things,
right. All right.
And
as
see the
people
good
we
stuff
grow, right?
about her.
As people we grow, right? Mm-hmm. So what if eventually you don't marry this woman, and now she's just decided, you know what? I've been reading this Bible and I'm not really feeling it no more. I've been reading this Quran, I'm not really feeling it no more. I want to change. That's something big.
That is big, yeah.
So, and that's, you already done married her.
Well, that's why I'm telling you, you gotta talk about those stuff before you get married. She was
all for it before.
But I don't feel like they changed so drastically, right? To where they just come out of the blue and say, I'm not sure about this anymore.
That's extreme. That's a little
there's
extreme.
Small things leading up to that, like, wow, did you know this about the Bible or the Quran? Or
I mean, that could happen, but that's a little extreme to me. Like, I don't know a lot of people that were like following this and then just one day they woke up and they're like, I'm not feeling this anymore. I mean, it could happen, but
I definitely see what you're saying.
Happen,
all these conversations need to be had before you get married.
Yeah, and it doesn't take 5 years. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, people get comfortable.
You can't just make up time going into a relationship to say, all right, at this point, this is when I'll decide if I want.
Man, I done seen a lot of people put on a facade for a long ass time. It don't be until that a couple of years.
Yeah, there's always flags, red flags, and people ignore them. It's not that they didn't show up. Those people, they ignore those red flags. But
regardless if you had sex with that person, y'all done built some type of bond, you may still ignore those red flags.
Well, that's on you if you're ignoring the red flags. That's what I'm saying. If there is red flags, you gotta talk about those red flags. And if you see that person is not reacting to your concerns, then it's not gonna work. I mean, people see red flags. Oh, he steals money. Oh, he does this. But, you know, he's a good guy. I'm gonna stay with him. Well,
if you ignore the red flag, you've also accepted it, I think. Or well, I guess there's a difference, right? If you ignore versus accepting. I feel like you accept the red flags if you feel like you love the person. If you acknowledge the red flag, you then process, can I deal with this? And if you can, maybe y'all address it and talk to it, which is a great thing. Open communication about the thing you're concerned about with this person. That's when you're really like breaking ground and like, okay, wow, we talked about this thing I was concerned about, and now I'm not so concerned about it anymore. Or I know it's changing. But.
And also, I think that it's important to make that person meet your close people and your family very early in the relationship. I think that people do the opposite nowadays. It takes them like 2 or 3 years, and then okay, let me introduce you to my
2-3 years is a long time.
I think it's the opposite because those persons that are your family and your close friends, they know you very well.
Yeah.
And when they're gonna see you, interacting with that person, they're gonna tell you. If they should be honest with you because they're close people too. So they're gonna tell you, hey, I don't think this is gonna, she's like this, you're like this.
Well, it's not gonna work. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. You dating somebody, they need to meet your people. I ain't gonna say right away, but
very early in the relationship.
A couple months is cool to me because I'm like, I never looked at it as a big deal for my people to just meet somebody I'm dating at the time. It's like, all right.
Yeah,
we're going to the house.
Well, then again, I ain't just going to introduce anybody. And
some families are different, right? Because you might have a tight ass family. My family's chill. You might have some family where they're like some tight asses and they eat dinner they all put sweaters with collars on and shit, and they might have, I don't know, it depends. But my family's always been cool, so you gotta know your family too. Like, you're gonna be cool, you know what I mean? But hey, overall, I'm having sex before marriage. I just want to put that.
Hey, I'm telling you.
That's just my POV. Because then, if you have that, to Tally's point, if there's things you don't like about them sexually, sex is a big part of a relationship. It's not everything, but it's still a big thing that's a spiritual and a physical bond. So it's like, are y'all on the same page? But honestly, if y'all the type of people to wait till after marriage, y'all probably might not be super freaky. It could be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't think that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't been married yet. But it takes special people to go through that, and it's honorable for people to even think like that because things have changed greatly. I think children are way more, or people are just sexually active way earlier now.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Because everything's changed. Like back in the day, maybe you got your hand on a little porno tape at like middle school or high school. And now these kids probably looking at it streaming in elementary school.
Damn.
Like not even 10 yet, seeing like the wildest crazy shit. Because accessibility has increased so much, and then guidance has probably decreased. Because a lot of parents let their devices raise their children.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like we may have grown up in front of the TV, now there's a handheld device, so they could be ducked off wherever, watching whatever.
Well, that's what led us exactly to what we're like seeing nowadays, like how guys treat women and how women treat guys.
Yeah,
like they see this crazy stuff on porno and stuff, and they're like, okay, let me grab her and do this to her and treat her like slap her and whatnot.
I don't think that many people trying to bring what they see in a porno to the bedroom.
I think they are.
Oh man, this guy's crazy.
The whole world's changed.
What world are you living in, man?
It's a whole different world out there, bro. See, it used to be taboo. This is a great example. In high school, it was taboo to perform cunnilingus on a woman, right? It's like, oh my God, you do that? You eat chicks up? Blase, blase. It's a requirement now. They're probably championing that in high school right now. Probably middle school. They're like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Rasta man, nah, do them type of thing there.
You Rasta man are tripping. I'm just gonna put that out there. Y'all are bugging. But I just think things have changed so much, man. Kids are exposed to a lot more at a younger age. So will there be any people that are like, hey, let's wait until marriage to have sex? I think you're gonna see less and less as society gets more twisted. That's just where we are, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you want to call it the sign of the times, the internet, AI. I don't even know, are men and women gonna be really dating like that? You could just go get your sex doll. They call it a day.
Man,
you
that's
seen
a
that?
Whole nother topic,
It's
bro.
over,
Whoa, that's wild.
Topic.
It's over.
I'm very against
relationships is about to change, bro.
They've already changed. Look at the Instagram stuff, right? People are sliding in DMs as people have more courage to slide in DMs than to go walk over to a woman and say hi. You feel me?
Yeah.
Well, that brings it up. Like, even a woman nowadays, if a guy just walks up to her and be like honest with her, hey, I like you and stuff,
she might not know how to react to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't even know.
They
how
don't
to
know how
talk.
to react
People
now.
don't know how to talk.
He's a weirdo. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, let me alone.
Why is he so direct?
Yeah, why is he talking
he
to
sliding
me?
my DM?
Exactly.
This is wild.
Exactly. And that just changes everything, man. Now everything is just phone. And...
Mm-hmm.
Damn, yeah, you're right. People's face be buried in their phone.
Yeah.
But, alright, just to kind of get back to the point, though. Well, those are, some interesting ideas as to why to wait till after married to have sex. Yeah, but I'm still pro sex before marriage. So.
Yeah. Same here, buddy.
That was a very interesting.
I mean, it's not like mostly about. It's just that it shouldn't be the main focus.
I like that.
That's what I'm saying.
I definitely agree with that.
Like, we put so much focus on that part, like sex and, oh, is she good in bed? Is he good in bed? Like, makes me enjoy it. That's probably like 20% should be of the relationship. There's like more 80% that we don't even care about, or we just whatever, yeah.
Oh
That's
no,
my
bro.
point.
I don't want to. Like, imagine getting married and you just find out that she's lazy, bro. I like to get like 2-3 rounds in, 4 rounds in my time spent in my frame. But
bro, if I can guarantee you that if she's really into you and then she's like emotionally connected to you, she's gonna go 5-6 rounds with you, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, man. It's like, you can't tell me if she's really into you, she's gonna be like lazy in bed. I don't agree with that, man. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know. I guess. Man, I think people put on facades all the time.
They do. They do, but you can tell when someone is putting a facade after a quick time. After a quick time, man.
But all right. Well, I think we've kind of ran through this subject a little bit. We got enough in there. Again, well, I guess that's going to conclude the show. This is Man and Dad, and I'm your host, Tally.